DBF at Scenic and 8th, announced the warm-toned voice of Virginia Fraser, who acted as both receptionist and radio dispatcher. Dead body found, down by the beach. They used telephones where dead bodies were concerned. Too many blood and guts freaks monitoring police bands to use the radios for something like this. Thank God for Ginny. She seemed to hold the department together. "I'm on my way," Detective Sergeant James Dewitt replied, returning the receiver to the cradle of the bedside phone. DBF. Not a 187, thank God. That would be a homicide. Not after just 2 months on the force. Had to hurry. Outdoor crime scenes deteriorated quickly, and to make matters worse, it had been raining when he had awakened at 5:30. He knew the location, a turnout in the blacktop in the otherwise impossibly narrow scenic road that fronted Carmel's beach. Enough room for 3 parked cars. A hit and run, maybe. Dead body found. One thing was certain. He was wide awake now. He was in his boxer underwear. He was waiting for the coffee to finish brewing, waiting to wake up Emmy and get her ready for school. He looked in the mirror. He was anything but on his way. The body lay spread out on the pavement, posed inhumanly like a malfunctioning mannequin discarded on the showroom floor. Suicide by the look of the car. A hose taped from the exhaust to the passenger window. DeWitt approached the body and stopped. Given the remarkable gift of life, he wondered how someone could choose death. Sight of the suicide made him angry, and a thought flashed through his mind. If only this man's unwanted life could be traded for Julia's. It was a chilly January morning. DeWitt wore his brown wool sport coat, his only wool sport coat, a garment that begged for replacement. Its 2 black buttons drooped like the sad eyes of a basset hound. His identifying trademark remained his bow ties, a holdover from his 15 years in forensics. In the lab, a bow tie stays out of your way. He wore green paisley today, a gift from Emmy. He removed his glasses, exhaled onto their lenses, and afforded them a long, methodical polish. He returned them to the bridge of his nose, seating them in a permanently pink dent there. He stepped over the body and squatted by the man's feet, taking one general, all-encompassing look first, then focusing detail by detail, head to toe. James Dewitt still existed in the world of the microscopic particle. His eyes missed very little. He was unaccustomed to victims, especially dead ones. Having served as a man of evidence for so many years, he tended toward the material evidence first, which justified, at least in his mind, disregarding the body at present, turning away and focusing his attention on the vehicle. Technically, he was Detective DeWitt now, Detective Sergeant. But at a crime scene such as this, he instinctively reverted to his former self, a forensic investigator, a specialist dealing in the invisible world of trace evidence. His colleagues derisively referred to forensic criminalists as nitpickers. What did they know? Would your standard off-the-shelf detective have already noticed that there was no sand on the bottom of the decedent's shoes? This despite a sugar-like coating covering the entire parking lot? And if no sand on the bottom of the shoes, then how had the decedent placed that hose in the passenger window? That was the beauty of hard evidence. It could either be explained or it couldn't. Witnesses might offer a dozen different accounts of the same incident, but the hard evidence eventually told one and only one story. The car and the dead body would have to tell this story. Unlikely to have witnesses at this early hour. DeWitt carried surgical gloves and a Swiss Army knife in the right pocket of his sports coat, forceps, baggies, small magnifying glass, and a mag light in his other. He snapped the pair of gloves on and called out to Patrolman Anderson, who was stringing the bright plastic police line tape around the perimeter of the parking area. "Do not cross," it warned. The wind changed, and DeWitt could hear the comforting concussion of nearby surf more clearly, could smell the salt and the sap.